Welcome to Player News. I am your host, Lord Splice. So let's just jump right into it. It's been a while. I missed all of your faces. Let's do this. So, Marvel Snap. From the creators, well, some of the creators or developers of Hearthstone, they're actually coming out with a Marvel game called Marvel Snap. Not to be confused with Pokemon Snap. We're not taking pictures, we're dueling with Marvel cards. So there's attack points, there's defensive points. This is some of the gameplay going on. It seems really cool. They say matches are supposed to last up to 3 minutes. Nothing really crazy, nothing more than that. It's supposed to be able to be played like on your toilet or something like that. It looks pretty interesting. Probably am going to go check it out. It seems like it's something that's going to be kind of revolutionary for Marvel games, because if you know anything about Marvel games or mobile phones, it's not that great on mobile devices. You have Strike Force RPG. The only thing that's really good is Contest of Champions and Future Revolution. Future Fight's okay, but every other Marvel game out there is like gems and all that stuff, to each their own. But for me, it's not a lot of stuff that I can sink my teeth into. Hopefully Marvel Snap changes that. So Disney Plus and my man Daredevil, Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock. Disney Plus, there's rumors going around that they're about to go into development on a new Daredevil, and it's not going to be a reboot. It's going to be a sequel to the Netflix show and pick up where it left off, and that's really good, because a lot of people love the Marvel Netflix universe. I know they at one point said it was part of the MCU. Now they said no, now it's a separate timeline, but apparently if it's picking up, no, it's actually the same timeline, which I think is really cool. And they're gonna have a couple explanations that they're gonna have to throw in there about why nobody's talked about these heroes up until this point. So I'm really excited to see what kind of explanation and reasoning they're gonna give, as well as to see Charlie Cox back into the mantle of Daredevil. It's gonna be really fucking cool. Multiversus. So Multiversus is a game that I've been looking forward to for months now, and I haven't been able to talk much about it, but I've actually been in the alpha once in the beginning, and I'm in the alpha again, and it's really cool. And the only reason why I'm coming out and I'm talking about this right now is because I've seen other streamers and professional streamers and the developers themselves post up gameplay when we wasn't able to post gameplay. I did record a lot of gameplay, and it was killing me because the views, man, I could just taste the views, you know, and I didn't post anything. So shout out to me for self-control. But now I'm fucking amped, because if the big streamers could do it, I could definitely fucking do it. I don't fucking care. So it's a really great game. I've been maining Batman, Harley Quinn, Wonder Woman, you know, just a DC. I tried Superman, he's okay. But a lot of the characters reminds me of Smash. You got Velma, who's more of a Phoenix Wright type of character, finding the clues and then using her halt and stop and all that stuff as attacks. It's really fucking cool. The game is great. The stages are tremendous. I can't get enough of it. It is the perfect game to come home and release some stress on without worrying about the competitive nature of games like Halo or Fortnite, or you know, anything of that nature. You know, like a Rogue Company. It's just a great game. And I know people tout games like Among Us and Goose Duck and Overwatch is like stress reliever, but still kind of competitive games. No, Multiversus, it can get sweaty. It could get really competitive. See, I love it. Talking about it makes me smile. But it's still a game where you just feel like, okay, one more. It has that Fortnite appeal to where even though it's competitive and it puts you on the edge, you're still kind of like, I'll go for another one. It doesn't make you tilt too bad. And I know for some of you guys out there, you get tilted at a piece of your food dropping on the floor. But for somebody like me, it takes a lot for me to get tilted. It's a perfect game where every game just makes me feel like I want to play another one, and it doesn't feel too stressful even when I lose. I just feel like, damn. Especially when I play a lot of the 2v2 mode, and it's a best out of 3, and I think that's really cool, because even if you feel like you got cheated on the first one, you know if you get beat in the second one, you kind of fucking deserved it. And I love that with Power Rangers too, the Battle for the Grid game, and how when you do rematch, you're probably going to get put back in with that same guy that you just played for a best out of 3, even though they don't say it. But in Multiversus, they do. And I really appreciate that out of a game. So that's my honest review there. As you can see, there's some fucking gameplay. It's really cool, you guys. I love it. Stan Lee, we all love Stan, Excelsior and all that stuff. His company that owns his likeness and his IP, they just signed a 20-year deal with Marvel. I never liked how Marvel started cutting out Stan Lee cameos in the most recent movies, and they said that's because he died. I think that's kind of disrespectful, because you're still Marvel. Stan Lee still had a big hand in their development and evolution over the years, and the least you could do is pay for, you know, to pay them respect for free. but apparently not. They paid to use Stan's likeness because they know that the fans feel the same way that I do, that Stan should still be remembered. So as compensation, they gave the family, I think, $20 million. Now, my question is, was it the family, or the organization rather, that was keeping Stan from being in the movies, or was it Marvel? I think we definitely need that answer. As the public, it's none of our business, but at the same time, I think that we should have the answer because it's very important. It's a big part of the pop culture zeitgeist, man. Like, if anything, we should know, if not for historical purposes. That's my take on it. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. First of all, big props for them changing the She-Hulk logo. It looks way much better now. Tasana Milani, like, oh man, this, I always butcher her name, but Orphan Black, amazing. We talked about this on this channel before, and the first trailer for She-Hulk's blew my fucking mind. I love it, and I know everybody's complaining about the CGI and how it looks wonky here and there. Listen, it's not coming out to August. They still got 2 months to work on it, and they remember this was given as a presentation for a lot of advertisers and stuff, and that's the whole purpose, is just show everybody, listen, the rumors are true. You got the fucking quick trailer. Now we're giving you a more of a full-length one. Here you go. This is what we're working on. This is the plans and ideas, and this is how it's going to look. As you know, with Marvel, they love changing shit at the last minute. So I highly doubt this is going to be the final trailer, you guys. And I highly doubt this is going to be the final version of that CGI when they have too much more to refine it, and they're looking at public feedback right now. So I don't understand why everybody's like in panic mode over this. It looks great. The tone is great. It's very much early 80s She-Hulk. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love the true to life aspect of it and how they brought a lot of the character's personality into this role. And you got to give the actress credit, and you have to give Marvel credit. They're hitting another one out of the park, and Disney Plus shows have been like that consistently. I know people are not fully 50-50 split, but more like maybe 70-30 split on Moon Knight. I myself loved it. It was a home run. Kevin Feige has said each one of his movies and TV shows will feel different than the other ones, and I think that he, for the most part, has been delivering on that promise. So I can't wait to see what this show is going to be about. They're saying it's going to be like kind of like a legal drama. I want to see Matt Murdock pop up, especially now that they're talking about the Disney Plus series for him again, as we just earlier discussed. It's just so much potential here. And Jamila Jamil as Giganta, I think... Is it Giganta? I think it is Giganta. No, it's not Giganta. Fuck. I think it is Giganta. Whatever. Anyway, she looks amazing. The suit looks over the top, straight out of the comic books, and it looks 80s throwback stripper party girl with the fur, but it's nothing like Starfire's in the Titans, where it just that screamed 1970s hooker on the corner, and I hated it. So I love the costume. It has its own flair and flavor to it. It looks modern, but it looks more of like a throwback homage nostalgia trip. I like it. I really like it a lot. So can't wait. Let's see what is coming out in August. Married with Children. So I'm a big fan of Married with Children. Married with Children, Al Bundy, Peggy Bundy, Kelly Bundy, Bud Bundy, Buck the dog. I loved it. I have a thing with falling asleep to TV shows. I know, TMI, too much info. I get it. But I fall asleep to Bob's Burgers. Whose Line Is It Anyway? Like, there's always shows that I just love watching, and I would just binge episode after episode after episode till I fall asleep. Wake up in the middle of the night, go get a cup of water, come back on, keep watching the show wherever the fuck it is, fall back asleep, wake up in the morning, turn it off, go to work, come back on, repeat. And Married with Children for a very, very long time was one of those shows. And I've always wanted a revival, especially after seeing Al on Modern Family, Ed O'Neill. And it's like Katie Segal in Sons of Anarchy was great. Christina Applegate was great. I always forget Bud's name, David Faustino, right? He's been in some things. But for the most part, seeing Ed O'Neill there as Al again made me go, I kind of want Married with Children. Like Katie Segal is still in media. She still does voiceovers and stuff too. Like, so they're both so active. And Christina Applegate has been getting a little active lately. So has David Faustino. So I was like, can we get like a reunion episode? Just something. Maybe bring back the Darcys. Like, it's just, I want to see it. And there was an article, I believe it was in Variety, where they said another classic 90s comedy is making a comeback. That's where I was like, huh, what is this? And then it said an animated revival of Married. And I was like, Married what? Married at First Sight? And they said with children. It was a ... with children. But it's going to be animated. And I think that this is a good idea. I've been watching F for Family on Netflix. And if you don't know anything about F for Family, here's a quick little clip. And then we're going to get into it.
Can you hold down the fort while I'm gone?
You just gonna leave me alone with these animals?
You leave them with me.
But that's our deal. You know what you were getting into when you let me get into you.
Rose!
Kids, don't bother your mom today. She's busy with the little hobby.
It's a job.
Yes, fine, good job.
I'll make dinner. Salisbury steak or pork medley?
Oh, not that shit again.
What was that?
Yummy! I'll be right back. You stay here. Do not move your ass from this spot. You understand me, Einstein?
Fuck you!
Your blood, it's space!
There's no girl astronauts or vampires.
Women will be astronauts in the future, sweetie.
So, why do you lie to the girl?
I hate school!
I hate my life, but I keep on doing it.
Okay. Now, with F for Family, it gives me a lot of that Married with Children vibes. He's very much an Al Bundy type. I think he would have been a no ma'am if the universes ever crossed over. And I've always like, well, why doesn't Married with Children make an animated show? Because they're old, but they can still do their voices and pick up where they left off, and maybe do one live action reunion episode at the end of the animated series. I think that in live action, I think that in Fast Forward to the Future, that would be cool. That's how I think it should end. Have tell as many more episodes as you can, many more stories. In animated form, run that for about 10 seasons. On the last episode of the 10th season, do a live action. And have them retire or resign from the roles. I think it would have been really, really cool. And they finally are doing it. So, the article then goes on to go. It's headlined by the original stars, Katie Sagal, Ed O'Neill, Christina Applegate, and David Faustino. And is being pitched to networks and streamers. And is getting strong interest. I think this would be a great Netflix show that they could cross over with F for Family. It says a new take on that 1987 Fox sitcom is written by Family Guy executive producer Alex Carter, who serves as showrunner. Sony Pictures Television, which owns and distributes the original series, has been working on an anime project for over a year and closed deals with the quartet of Married with Children stars before taking it out. That's great. Let's go. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. An amazing game, a lot of action. I loved it. GameSpot is basically reporting now that the next installment of the Jedi Fallen Order series is called Jedi Survivor, which yeah, I mean, you survived Order 66, being hunted and killed by Inquisitors, Darth Vader. Yeah, you're pretty much a survivor, Cal Kestis. And I think it's really, really cool. I want to see him actually pop up in Obi-Wan. Maybe the game could take place after an episode in Obi-Wan. But I think that we do need a live-action Cal Kestis, at least at the crossover in one of these shows. Because I think that the character is really intriguing, is really unique. The fact that he can make any lightsaber, I think is pretty fucking cool. And just his crew is very interesting. It gives me Disney Plus vibes. It really does. Like Clone Wars type vibes, and I think it's really, really cool. And I want to see where the story of Cal Kestis goes. So Jedi Survivor, let's look out for it. Let's see how it goes. Resident Evil on Netflix. The trailer dropped, and I think the series, by the time this goes out, the series is going to be dropping soon, or if not, it's probably already dropped. It's not getting good reviews, you guys. Like, a lot of the reviews coming out for it is kind of trashing it. And I was afraid of that. I thought it looked good because they were using a lot of the lore from the original, source material from the games. But damn, if the reviews are anything to go by, it's a bomb. Dud, fortunately. Now, I want to talk about this channel a bit. So, channel update. I know you guys have been enjoying the content little by little, but I haven't really been marketing this channel out. I haven't been talking to anybody about this channel. I haven't been responding to a lot of videos and stuff to try to get my name out. That's not who I am. I'm very much what you see is what you get. As you see with my background, I don't overly complicate things. I don't overly do it. I don't sit here and invest in the best quality mics, even though I do have one. Like, but this is not even what I'm using. I'm using this. Like, I'm very much ground roots. I don't try to OD or go hard on anything. I don't try to sit here and pretend that I'm something I'm not. I am no longer that young YouTuber as I used to be on my DE Dark Deathwing channel, where I would just make reviews for new games coming out. I had all this time. I'm a father, and my son is 5. He's going on 6 in August, and I love him. I have completely changed who I am from who I used to be. I have learned a lot. I have grown a lot. I have repented a lot. I have taken accountability and responsibility for a lot. But now I also have another child on the way, and I want to announce that here first in the public. So that's 2 kids I'm going to have now. that doesn't mean that the video is gonna stop. And see, I'm gonna scratch my nose because my nose itches. I'm not gonna retake that, you know. But I'm not gonna sit here and stop my videos. I'm not gonna stop streaming. I actually plan to get into streaming more again. But you know, I've been investing in new gear. I will start taking this channel a lot more seriously and creating another upload schedule the same way I used to, where I had a video coming out every week. My goal is for 2 videos coming out every week. I want to do AEW review videos, and that's going to be with my editor, Cuddy, and these videos here, my Play on News videos, is going to be with Senpai Slayer, my editor for the Play on News, as well as I'll be having raw gameplays, let's plays, stuff like that. And you know, I just want to have a good time here and give you guys the best content I have. But I want to explain to you guys why the content has been very slow dripping. That's because dealing with health issues with my wives, and dealing with now having another kid on the way, trying to find a new job. Not because, you know, I'm unemployed, but I wanted something better for myself. You know, I have 2 kids coming out, so I want to be able to make more money for them. So there's a lot going on, but trust me when I tell you, nothing is going to stop. We're still here, we're still grinding, and I'm still going to be taking ideas. So if you guys have any ideas for the channel, please let me know. If there's any way I can improve, please let me know. If there's other hosts you might want to see, please let me know. I'll try to figure out how to do that. But I want to make sure that this channel is the best place that you can go to for just a real motherfucker, just a real guy. No overdone, overproduced, fake shit. But you meet me in person and I'm not who I am now. I am what you see, what you get. I've always been real from day one, and I always have been, will be, and will be forever. I'm not selling out no time soon, no matter how big I get or how small I stay. So until next time, as always, I bid you adieu, goodbye, mwah, and good night. Game over, bitches. Bang.